Kevin, do you see that dedication and drive though in Johnny?
Absolutely. I think he is shown, having a guy like Josh McCown in that quarterback room, some of the guys that I've been around in my past, um, you have to understand the mentality that it takes to come into the building every day with energy and an attitude that the other guys will thrive off of. Your own personal preparation is one thing, and I think he's learned what it takes to prepare for personally on a daily basis to play this position, but to lead an offense, you got to be ready for every play in practice. You got to be ready for every individual period, how we're going to throw certain routes, what the protection calls are going to be against this team that runs a completely different front than the team we played 7 days ago. There's a lot of things that go into it, and if you're not prepared, playing with some of the veterans we have up front and at the receiver position, it'll expose you. And Johnny's done a great job all season long of being prepared, not only for his reps in practice, but even when he's not started games, he's come in and really been prepared to play, whether he was the guy or not that week, which I've been really happy with him about.
What do you think is the upside or the potential, the future for Johnny Manziel?
I think it's really easy to sit back and want to look at the big picture, but when the way we handle this position and these guys prepare on a daily basis, it really is about there's a million little things that you gotta find the way to find the focus to attack, because you never know what's going to be the play that produces a win for us. And at this position right now in our offense, we're expecting a lot out of the quarterback position. And I think for me to look big picture and for him to look big picture right now would be a mistake. It's about, for today, it was about him, having a good practice today and preparing himself, for this bye week and getting the recovery and the rest he's going to need to come back and really have a great day when the guys are back in Tuesday. And it's the little things, every little individual period of practice leads to each individual play in the game. And that's what I think he's done a great job of, is treating each play as their own. I mean, perfect example would be the way the game started out the other day. Not how we drew up starting that football game. And I know it would have been hard for me to go right back out there and be right back in a 3rd and long situation to find Travis Benjamin for that explosive gain on the road at Pittsburgh. I mean, you can name the bricks that were stacked against him at that point, and he finds a way to make a play and really has his best game as a pro. So I was proud, the mental toughness he showed to go along with what he did physically in that football game.
To what extent are Manziel and you guys, the coaching staff, trying to figure each other out? And I say that in the context of, it almost looked like while he was running out of the pocket and seeing 10 yards of running territory in front of him, he was thinking to himself, no, they want me to look downfield.
See, I think a lot's been made out of what his thought process is in the pocket, and really what we coach has been pretty consistent. We never want to take his ability to make plays out on the perimeter, and especially when we need those types of plays, you never want to coach that or try to get that out of a guy, especially somebody as talented as Johnny is, making those plays. And really, Josh McCown, when you look back on some of the big plays we've made this year, it's been the same variety, getting out and making a play to Travis or Gary or Duke, whoever it may be. And I think with Johnny, the whole process is, if he's relied upon that his whole career, and for me, it's just about limiting those plays where we can make the position, it sounds crazy, but make it easier for him. If there's a completion to be had that can move the chains here, take it. If there's a sight adjustment or a hot route when teams are trying to pressure him that he can take away, he can allow his teammates to help him make plays, and that'll make the impactful plays like the run he had against Pittsburgh, or some of the plays where he's gotten out of the pocket and really made impactful plays this season. They've just been I think they just carry a little bit more weight when they're the plays. They kind of come in spurts instead of 6 or 7, 8 times in a row where we're trying to make that kind of game-changing play in a row, because you're just not going to be able to do it at this level.
Do you, one last question.
Do you marvel though when he gets away from the guy who grabs his jersey and?
Oh, he's got a special ability, and really so much of it is just instincts and understanding how he's going to be attacked in the pocket by defenders, and his ability to get out of trouble sometimes. He's shown it his whole life. I mean, you watch him play early on, and he's been able to do things like that. So trust me, we sit back sometimes and you rewind the tape a couple extra times when you see him make some of those plays.